Dear student, due to coronavirus, school started online classes for your study. So you can subscribe Golden Flower Palia YouTube channel, like and press the bell icon.
Welcome to online classes. This is chapter 4th of class 11th. The name of the chapter is conditional and iterative statements. And this is the part 2 of this chapter. And the first topic in this chapter is, or in this video is, loop and repetition or iteration. They control structure are used for repeated execution of statements on the basis of condition, and we can divide the loop in three parts, and or we can say there are three components of a loop. The first component is start the loop, then it will follow the steps, then after following the steps it will stop, right? The steps are given here: start, step, then stop. And we can use two types of loop in Python. The first one is for loop and second one is while loop. The diagram is also given here. And one more topic is in the Python is range function. In range function, it is a built-in function of Python. It is used when a user needs to perform an action for a specific number of times. The syntax is written here: range, then lower limit, then upper limit. For example, if we write range 0 to 10, then it will print 0 to 9 numbers, means it will print total 10 numbers, right? And it will stop on 10 number, that means it will print up to 9 only. If we write the range 0 to 9, then a list will be created with the values 0 to 9. For example, from lower limit to the value 1 less than ending limit, if the range 0 to 10, it will be print 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. The example is also given here. For that we can create a small program. The syntax is given here. Let's take a practical. We can type the syntax on IDLE mode also. For that we can use x equals to range, then we'll use here 2 comma 21, means to say it will show only up to 20 number, it will not print this one number, right? Then we'll use steps here, that will be 2. Now it will print table of 2, right? Now I'll use here for loop for n in x colon, then it will print n, right? Got it? Now it is showing the table of 2, right? So these was the example. And our next topic is in and not in operators. The example is also given here. In operator means we can find the value from the list, and with the help of not in operators we can also find the values from a list. The example is given here: 3 in 1, 2, 3, 4. It will return true. And if we'll find 5 in the same list, then it will show false. If we'll use not in operator, then if we'll use here 5 not in 1, 2, 3, 4, then it will return true value. The example is also given here. Let's take a practical. Suppose if I'll create a list here 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now if I'll find 3 in now we'll find 3 in the same numbers, means we can say 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, then it will print true. If we'll say 5 in 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, then it will print false, right? If we'll use here 7 not in 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, then it will print true, means 7 is not available in this list. If we'll say here 2 not in 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4, right, then it will print false. Got it? Okay. Next topic is table of a number by for loop. Here we learn how can we take the output of any table using for loop. The syntax is given here, right? For that we'll use ideally, then we'll go to the script mode. Here we'll type the program, then we'll take the output of the program. For that we'll use n equals to, we'll use integer, then input function. Input function we are using here because we can insert any value and it will print output of the same table, the value entered by the user, right? Then enter your number for table. Clear? Now we'll use here for loop for I in range function, and we'll use the lower value and upper value here. Lower value means we'll start from 1 to 11, means 11 would be the stop point, right? Colon, then it will print n comma, then cross sign, right, then separator I, then colon, then n multiply by I, comma, then n multiply by I, right? Now we'll save the program. Python programs, class 11th. Here I'll save the program with any name, tables, right? Now program is saved. Now I'll run the program by pressing F5, right? Now it is asking enter your number for table. First of all we'll enter the value 3. Now it will print the table of 3. Got it? With this program we can use here any number and we can take the output of any table, right? Again I'll run the program and I'll use here 39, right? Now it will show the table of 39. Got it? Now it is showing table of 39. Got it? Now move to the next topic. Now we learn here how can we use here the second when loop that is while loop. The syntax is also given here, n equals to integer, then we'll use input function, then a equals to 1 while a, then our stop point, then we'll use here print function, then a equals to a plus 1. Let's take a practical. Now we'll use script mode. Okay, for that n equals to int means integer, input, enter a number for table. Clear? Now a equals to 1. Now a equals to 1. We'll use here while loop. While a is less than 11, right, it will run print. The syntax we'll use here, the name n comma x, this x and then colon and equals to that I'm using to print in the table, comma a, then it will be closed, then I'll use here equals to sign, right, then a multiply by n, then a equals to a plus 1. Now I'll save the program, Control S, or we can choose a particular path to save the program. In class 11th, while for table dot py. Program is saved. Now I'll run the program by pressing F5. Now we can type any digit here. For example, I'm taking 8. Now it will showing the table of 8 here. These x and these equals to I have used here, right, to modify this program, right. Again, if you want to take any table, then you can run the program again, run, and we can type here 20, and it will show the table of 20 here. Clear? Now our next topic is jump statement. Jump statement in a Python program are used to alter the flow of the loop. Like if you want to skip a part of a loop or terminate a loop, then we can use jump statement. The example is also given here. While, so for example, it has started from here and it has used here continue. Now it will jump the conditions, right? Let's take a example. Now script mode, here we'll type the program a equals to int, then input, enter a number, right. Now we'll use here for loop for I in range, then 1 comma 11, right. Now we'll use condition here if I equals to 4, right? Then it will jump the condition. We can type here continue. Continue means the statement will jump from here. Then it will print a comma x I separator equals to sign, then I multiply by a. Now I'll save the program. At the same location we'll save the program on desktop. Right, here I'll save the program, or we can type here the name of the program jump.py. Now I'll save the program. Now condition is here, it will jump on condition 4. Now I'll run the program. Now I'll type here table of 2. If you will see here, it is showing 2 multiply 1 equals to 2, then 4, then 6, then 10. In between 3 and 5, where the condition is 4, it has jumped on the 4th one condition, right? If we'll change here, if we'll use here 5, then now it will jump on 5th number. Again I'll use here table of 2. Now it is jumped on the 5th number. 4 is okay. 4 is okay. Now after 4 it is showing 6th number, right? It has jumped on number 4th. So these are the use of jump statement. Next topic is nested loop. A nested loop is a loop within a loop, means a loop inside the loop is called nested loop. An inner loop within a body of an outer one. How this work? First it pass of the outer loop triggers, then inner loop. Means how does it works? First of all, it will pass to the outer function or outer statement, and then it will go to the inner statements. For example is given here. Here we have used 2 time for loop. First it will go to according to this condition, then it will go to according to this for loop condition, right? Here we are using for loop, and again we are using for loop inside this for loop, right? Let's take a practical. These are the syntax written here, and this is the output of the program. Okay, a equals to integer, then input. Now we'll type a message here. How many time you want to print, right? It will be closed. Now we'll use b equals to, again it will, now we'll use here string. We'll take the output of string, input and input. Now which one character you want to to print, right? It is asking means which one character you want to print. Now we'll use for loop here. For I in range, now 1 comma a plus 1, right? This is the condition. Then we'll use again here for loop. This for loop will work in inner function or inner side, and this will called outer. For next condition is j in range, and the condition will be 1 comma I plus 1, right? Now we'll print a message here, print b comma end equals to colon. Right? Now again we'll use here print. Now I'll save the program by pressing Ctrl S. On desktop we'll save the program. In class 11th, here I'll write the name of the program, nested.py. Right? Now I'll run the program by pressing F5. Now how many times you want to print means how many lines you want to print. For example, if I need to print 6 times, then I'll type here 6. Then which one character you want to print. For example, I need to print star here. Then I'll type the star. Now it is showing 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now if you want to change any special character, you can again run the program. Now how many times you want to print. For example, I need to print for 10 times, right? And which one character. For example, now I need print hash. Now it is printing like this, right? So these was the topics in this video. Hope you have understand very nicely. If you have any query, you can visit our blog rambo.webs.com. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
Do self-study at home and stay home, save lives.